Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about Red Eye, and this movie is directed by Wes Craven and it came out in 2005, and this movie stars Rachel McAdams and I'm probably going to mispronounce his name, Cillian Murphy, if I pronounce that correctly. And I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and apparently, side note, this movie just recently got a HD physical release because before, for physical media, as far as I was concerned, it was just a DVD for the longest time, and then now recently, at the time of me recording this, it got a 4K Blu-ray, and that also came with a 4K disc and a regular Blu-ray disc. So if you want to watch it on Blu-ray or 4K, that's how you have to watch it by buying that version. Anyways, just off topic, but the reason I bring that up is because when that 4K Blu-ray was released, people were just talking about how underrated it was and how it deserves a lot of attention. And I went into it kind of knowing a few things about it. This was a Wes Craven movie that felt very Alfred Hitchcock-like in terms of what his movies kind of go for, and I would agree with that. And overall, I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was very well structured, and I think the characters are very well written, and the dialogue works pretty well, and it's mostly dialogue, and not a whole lot happens outside of the dialogue. It's not really a movie where there's a lot of action. So if you're expecting a lot of action to go on, say Scream or A Nightmare on Elm Street, if you're expecting action or horror on that kind of level, you're not really going to get that here. It's mostly just characters talking and the tension that slowly builds from that, and that's one thing that I really liked about the movie, is that it knew what it wanted to do, and it just succeeded, and there were some really great scenes, and there are also some side characters who, in my opinion, the way I interpreted the film, were just thrown in there for comedy, and I thought that they were very funny, the couple who was there just complaining, they couldn't get to the rooms that they wanted. Those characters were pretty funny, and any character who was like that, just in any other movie would be just really annoying. In the film's universe, they're annoying, but the way it's supposed to be presented, I feel as though it's for comedy, and I thought those characters were pretty funny. And overall, I think tonally it was very consistent, and nothing fell apart really up until the climax of the film, which is my least favorite part, because it kind of just turns into Scream, and not that I think it was poorly handled, it just felt like it was from another movie. Like I just said, it kind of felt like Scream all over again. And as fun as it was, it just felt a little out of place, and there were some special effects that were kind of distracting and bad, and overall the third act, it just turned into a different movie for me, and I just wish that it didn't do that. But the rest of the movie, I think, works very well, and it feels very minimal. And what I mean by that is, there's not too many locations in this film. There's only a handful. It's mostly just 3 locations. You have our main character's dad's house, you have the airplane, and to some extent the airports, and the main hotel in the movie. Those are the main locations that you see, and you don't really see anything else, and I liked that minimalist approach to it, and that made the film feel very small scaled, and I think that helps out the movie because it doesn't really try to be anything outside of what it's doing. There's no subplots really, and it's just very focused, and it doesn't really waste any time, and it's a very short movie. It's just under an hour and a half, and by the time it was done, I was like, holy crap, that was fast. And not to say it's a super fast-paced movie. It does take its time, but it's never boring, and it's always engaging for me, and you don't really know where it's going to go. And as far as the technical qualities of the movie go, like the directing, the music, like I didn't really have any issues with it outside of like the one special effects piece that's like just 2 shots in the movie, but like it is there, but for the most part it doesn't really bother me. And any issue I have with the movie, it doesn't it doesn't like ruin the movie. It's just like it could have been handled better, but I'm not disappointed with what we got by the end of the film. And I'll definitely be watching this movie again at some point. So check this movie out if you haven't already. It's good. I liked it, and I don't know if I would categorize this movie as underrated, because I don't know how many people have seen this movie or like how much attention it's gotten. Because like when you say underrated, that can fall into a few different categories, as in like, was it very successful when it came out, or has it gained a following over time, or like do people just not talk about it, or is it an underappreciated masterpiece, or like something close to that? Like it can be really difficult to determine what you mean by underrated. Like just saying that word alone implies a few different things. But anyways, check this movie out if you haven't seen it yet. It's very good, and there isn't really too much for me to say about it story-wise, because I don't want to spoil anything, because like just any great movie, it's best to go in not knowing anything at all or very little. And I think I said just enough to keep you interested, and I said just not too much to the point where I'd spoiled anything. So check it out. It's good. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Red Eye a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Red Eye, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and then it's going to be for The Black Coat's Daughters, so look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.